Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Benilde St. Margaret's for tonight's ParkTV 16, part 2 of our lacrosse doubleheader between the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights and Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders. This is the girls' lacrosse teams taking on each other in the Section 6 semifinal. These two teams have met before this season. It was the final regular season game for both teams. Benilde St. Margaret's pulled off a 15-6 win with them collecting win at Cretin-Derham Hall. In that game, Ali Prouse scored 6 goals for the Red Knights. My name is Andrew Berkland. I'm proud to be announcing today's ParkTV 16 game. Part 2 of our doubleheader, as I said before, the Benilde St. Margaret's boys defeated Holy Angels 17-11 to advance this Section 6 semifinal. A win by the Red Knights would make it a Red Knight doubleheader here on June 3rd. Girls will play at 5:45, guys 7:45. This Benilde St. Margaret's girls lacrosse team has really come out of some dark times and become one of the dominant lacrosse programs in the state, really joining up amongst the elite with a strong attacking trio of Ali Prouse, Abby Sauer, and Kelly Panic. Panic picking up lacrosse for the first time this year and scoring 29 goals and distributing 11 assists on the season. Starting lineups for tonight: Cretin-Derham Hall will throw out Johansson, Cray, Whaley, Molnar, Ekstrand, Osborne, Allaire, Lawler. Gazelle Rogers, probably the best player for the Raiders, 67 points on the season with 46 goals and 21 assists. Bree Osborne, Elizabeth Dolinsky, and in goal, Ellie Crawford. Panic and Rogers to take the face-off. For the Red Knights, they start Schmitz, Tadrin, Mostrom, Efforts, Rue, Bromelkamp, Catapodis, Panic, Prouse, Sauer, and Liebel, with Anna DiGiulio in net. And the face-off is won by the Raiders, and they will play it up. Here's Whaley. Now it's Olnar, now back to Whaley. Whaley behind that. Anna DiGiulio in net for the Red Knights. She is the hockey goalie, so goaltending is in her blood. Red Knights are coached by Anna Bowlesley. She was awarded the Minnesota State High School Coach of the Year last year. Cretin-Derham Hall coached by Andrew Lecker. There's Cray behind the net. He gives it to Whaley. 25-minute halves played in girls lacrosse compared to the 12-minute quarters in boys. Also, not as much checking in the girls' game as there is in the guys. Here's Rogers, defended by Liebel. Rogers it will be key for the Red Knights to contain Rogers. 46 goals is a very good number. Cretin-Derham Hall containing on the outside. Catapodis picking up Osborne. It's a screen, Osborne. Now the Red Knights back off. Whaley. As Cretin-Derham Hall yells out a play. Red Knights with a nice little umbrella shell defense. Osborne now. Cradling it over her left shoulder, taken on by Tadrin. Tadrin and one of the better soccer players in the state. Red Knights forcing Rogers to the outside. Here's a long pass, a shot. DiGiulio with the save with another save. And Deggs, as she's known, making 2 key saves early in the game. Liebel now finds Panic. Panic eludes defenders, and she'll play it to the outside to Megan Catapodis. So DiGiulio making 2 key early saves, and now the Red Knights are in attack. Sophie Rue attacking through him. Here's the shot. She scores. Red Knights with an early 1-0 lead over the Raiders. Rue, a very speedy midfielder for the Red Knights, finds the back of the net.
Number 8, Sophie Rue.
So Rue firing it past Crawford, and Rue has the Red Knights up 1-0 at the 22:39 mark. On the season, Rue recorded 8 goals and 2 assists. As we'll have a face-off here between Panic and Rogers. Panic, as I've said, picking up lacrosse for the first time this year. She was Miss Soccer and an All-State hockey player. Also recently awarded the Athena Award by the school as Female Senior Athlete of the Year. Sam Lynch receiving the male award. Battle for the face-off between the two teams, and it's going to be, we have a foul on the Raiders, number 7, Osborne picking it up. Red Knights will take possession. Emily Schmidt on the restart. Schmidt moves into the offensive end. Speeding past the defender, she's cut off by Osborne. Now Schmidt darting through defenders, and the Red Knights will look to set up their offense. Schmidt to Allie Prouse. Prouse, 41 goals in the regular season. Prouse now attacks out the right shoulder. She's got some room, and we'll have a foul. Contact made, and so now Prouse is going to get a run at the net. She's about 5-6 yards out. Prouse, let's see if she's able to beat the goalkeeper here. Crawford sets up. Prouse dangles, jump shot, scores. Prouse with the goal. And the Red Knights take a 2-0 lead on Allie Prouse's goal off the restart at the 21:30 mark, as the Red Knights take an early 2-0 lead. In the Red Knights' victory over Cretin in their final regular season game, Prouse scored 6 goals. Abby Sauer added 4. So in 2 games against Cretin, Prouse has 7 goals. Face-off won by the Red. No, there's a battle for it. It'll be Red Knight ball on the foul. And Tadrin on the restart. She's got some space. She plays it wide. Here's Sophie Rue, Heather Mostrom. Mostrom gives it behind the net to Abby Sauer. Sophie Rue attacking the midfield. She's got space. Shot, scores. Sophie Rue collecting her 2nd goal of the game. A nice little individual effort, and the Red Knights are forced Cretin-Derham Hall to call timeout early in this game, as the Red Knights take a 3-0 lead, not even 5 minutes into the game. Rue, a member of the 2012 Benilde St. Margaret's State Championship girls soccer team, and the Red Knights, as they defeated the Blake Bears. This previous year, she played the Minnesota Thunder Academy, but she has expressed interest in possibly returning to the Red Knight program to pursue another state title. Red Knights do have some injuries. Junior Margot Brink suffered a concussion during a game, and Allie Coughlin is in a boot. 2 key starters for the Red Knights, so Coughlin midfield and Brink on attack. Coughlin had 18 points during the regular season, but the Red Knights do have the depth to make up for it and have shown so with Prouse, Sauer, Panic, but then you also have Tadrin, Rue, Rachel Lyons, and a host of other players ready to pick up the slack. Cretin-Derham Hall and Benilde St. Margaret's did both play Blake earlier in the season. Blake defeated Cretin-Derham Hall 19-2. Red Knights were able to only fall to Blake by a score of 12-5. As it looks, Benilde St. Margaret's would most likely play Blake, who is taking on Breck in the other semifinal. As you can see, the scoreboard reads early 3-0 Benilde St. Margaret's. DeGuglio making 2 early saves for the Red Knights, which spurred a counterattack by Sophie Rue and led to the first goal. Allie Prouse then responded almost a minute later, and Rue has found the back of the net once again. Panic and Rogers once again will take the face-off at center at midfield. Ball will be placed on top of the 2 sticks, and a flipping in the air to try and get possession. Panic is able to flip it towards the Red Knight side, but the Raiders pick it up. Osborne, pursued by Catapotis. Catapotis still staying with Osborne with a nice little spin move. And Catapotis does a nice job forcing the attack to the outside. Ball is with Cretin-Derham Hall now. Number 16, Dolinsky. Will overlap there. It's number 11, Gazelle Rogers, leading scorer for the Raiders. Behind the net, Tadrin providing a little distraction with the high stick, not letting any through balls through. And now here's an attack. And we have one referee saying it has been no St. Margaret's ball. Another ref saying there's a foul on the Red Knights. And referees discussing. Clock is stopped. So Cretin is going to have a and let's see what we have here. It's going to be a face-off, it looks like, between Panic and Rogers. It's a high ball. And Panic keeps it in. Makes the throw to Tadrin. And now Tadrin's rushing through the midfield. Shows her speed. Darting through defenders once again. Trying to make a run on goal. She slips, recovers, and will take the ball and hold at the 30. She gives it off to Mostrom. Mostrom attacks, loses ball temporarily. Now it's Abby Sauer with it for the Red Knights. Sauer cut off, looks to go around again. Deflected out by Johansson. And it's going to be Red Knight possession. As now the Red Knights will be able to make the Sauer's going to have a chance at making a free run for the Red Knights. Well, now Johansson's allowed to step in front. And the Red Knights elect to give it out to Allie Prowse. Prowse does her little spin move. Now she adjusts. Darting through defenders, there's a hold. It's going to be another opportunity for the Red Knights to get it on the scoreboard with a foul committed by the Raiders. So Prowse is in almost the same exact position she was when she scored her first goal. She'll be attacking from about 7 yards out as the referee gives the play. Here's the chance. High shot goes just over the crossbar. Sauer, though, was in a position where she could retain possession for the Reds. You see here, it's almost the same exact attempt, just a little high. Panic now, gives it to Rue. Rue's got to run at the goal, and Rue has scored for the Red Knights. Her third goal of the game at the 17:38 mark. So Rue getting her third goal of the game. Could possibly be generous and give the assist to Panic. So now the Red Knights with a commanding early 4-0 lead, kind of similar to how the boys game went, with the Red Knights getting off to an early 6-1 lead after the first quarter. And right now it's 4-0 Benilde St. Margaret's. And the two shots that the Raiders have gotten have both been saved by Anna DiGiulio. Kelly Panic with the face-off win. And what do we have here? Referee has called time. Referee giving instructions to the scores table is Rogers. And 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 so it looks like Rogers is in the penalty area as Panic streaks down the middle.
A yellow card has been assigned to number 11.
So a yellow card was given to Rogers. And now Sowers behind the net for the Red Knights. Once again, the referee making a call, and it looks like, oh, we have an offsides. Number 14, Osborne, was in an area she was not allowed to be. She was past the red line, so she has to get back into a position. So now Rue is going to have pretty much almost a free run at the net to add to her goal total. Sophie Rue finds the back of the net. It's 5-0. So it's the Sophie Rue show here at Benilde St. Margaret's as the Red Knights have now a 5-0 lead.
Sophie Rue.
Not much work for the defense as the Red Knights are showing why they are the number 2 seed in this section right now, only trailing Blake, probably the best girls lacrosse program in the state. Panic once again in the face-off circle against Rogers, and it was against, I guess that was Osborne, but Panic wins it. Mostrom, and we got a penalty. Benilde St. Margaret's speed is proving really difficult for the Raiders to handle at this point, as Mostrom is going to be about 10 yards out from goal. And the referee gives the signal. Mostrom's shot is saved by Crawford. Her first save of the game. Not the first shot she has faced, as now Cretin has possibly a chance to hold possession, but the Red Knights force a turnover. 15:53 remaining in the first half. Remember, 25-minute halves. Rue attacking, darts to her right. There's a potential foul. It's a save by Crawford, and now Panic's going to have a chance to, and it's another save by Crawford. Crawford, after a shaky start, made 3 straight saves now, and Panic probably is going to regret not finding the back of the net on that one. Prouse now. Prouse with the lone non-Sophie Rue goal, and Prouse does her thing and finds the back of the net. Make it 6-0 Red Knights.
Scoring for the Red Knights, number 21, Alicia Prouse.
So Red Knights getting goals from Rue and Prouse. As you see here, Crawford came out to defend the angle, and Prouse just bounced it right past her. Crawford is a freshman. So 15:23 remaining. Benilde St. Margaret's leads 6-0. Rue at 22:39, Prouse at 21:30, Rue at 20:53, 17:38, and 16:48, and Prouse just scoring at 15:23. Panic once again, taking the face off and getting the victory. Allie Prouse now darts by, straight to the net, and scores again, as the Red Knights are now up 7-0.
Scoring for the Red Knights, number 21, Alicia Prouse.
So 12 seconds after she recorded her second goal of the game, Allie Prouse has found herself on the score sheet once again, making it an early 7-0 Benilde St. Margaret's lead with 15:11 remaining in the first half. Panic has dominated the face-off circle. Let's see if she's able to collect another win. And Cretin's Osborne scoops it, and it stays in play. Foul on the Red Knights. It will be possession to Cretin-Derham Hall. Osborne needs to be given space now by Schmitz and Prouse, and she'll sprint down the sideline. Prouse stops to avoid an offsides penalty. Now Rogers gives it to Shalea Osborne. So number 7 is Shalea Osborne. Number 14 is Bree Osborne. So here's Bree Osborne. Catapult guarding her. As it's picked up by Rogers. Rogers on the outside, passes it now behind the net. Panic playing defense on Roble, number 2. Here's a spin move, and the Red Knights will force the ball out once again. Strong attack now as Cretin-Derham Hall's Cray finds herself behind the net. Whaley takes it around to the net. 13:30 remaining. Cretin looking to establish some possession, possibly maybe even challenge DeGiulio in net. She has been up to the task so far, making 2 saves. However, they were both within the first minute. Cretin behind the net. Here's a cutter. It took a deflection. It's scooped up. Here's number 17. Correction, number 11, Rogers. Rogers drops in. Whaley's, though, there to pick it up. Now Whaley attacks, tries to get a shot off, and it's DeGiulio making the save. She's outside net. There was contact, then DeGiulio making a risky run outside of the goalie area to maintain possession for the Red Knights. DeGiulio plays it out now to Sydney Liebel, and Liebel will fire to Emily Schmitz on the outside. Prowse struggling to control it, and she does regain possession. Fires it down to Abby Sauer. Sauer makes a move to her right. Here's a shot, goes wide. Possession retained by Red Knights. So you can see on the replay, Sauer just firing it wide of the goal. Had a good look. 11:42 to play. Here's Panic now. Attacks, splits the defenders, recovers, and scores. Kelly Panic adds her name now to the score sheet for the Red Knights as they take an 8-0 lead. Panic scoring her first goal of the game for the Red Knights. On the season, she had 29 goals and 11 assists. That is regular season. Postseason stats were not entered on MN Lax Hub, as now the Red Knights have a very commanding 8-0 lead. Built St. Margaret's boys lacrosse team staying around to check out the action. So today, if the results hold, it looks like Tuesday is going to be a Red Knight, big lacrosse day for Benilde St. Margaret's, with both teams possibly playing in section finals at their home field. Here is the faceoff, needs to be redone. It's high in the air, and Kelly Panic is able to deflect the ball to Emily Schmidt. Schmidt races into the offensive zone, makes a nice move to cut off. Now she spins and will play it out to Alexa Tatterin. Schmidt and Tatterin were both teammates on this year's 2013 state lacrosse team. Tatterin, lots of space, shoots, scores. As now the Red Knights have once again scored. Alexa Tatterin now finding herself on the score sheet. In regular season, she had 9 goals, 1 assist. As you see here, kind of just going around her defender, had the shot there, and then just took her time and placed it actually very nicely in the corner around Crawford. Red Knights have scored 9 goals on 12 shots, so 75% scoring percentage. It's pretty good. DeGiulio facing 2 shots in the first minute, really the only test as seen the Red Knights. Kelly Panic now with it for the Red Knights. She'll be attending the University of Minnesota on a hockey scholarship as we have a checking foul on Cretin's number 16, Dolinski. Allie Prowse, she'll be going to University of New Hampshire on a Division I hockey scholarship. Abby Sauer with it for the Red Knights. Defended nicely behind the net by Buckingham. Panic, isolation, and it's saved by Crawford. Fourth save of the game, but Panic does regain possession. Just going one-on-one right now, or more like one-on-3. As he plays it, takes a deflection, so it will be Benilde St. Margaret's ball. 10 minutes left in this first half, with the Red Knights holding a commanding 9-0 lead. Abby Sauer, nice turn, move, shoots, scores. Abby Sauer's on the board for the Red Knights. At the 9:55 mark, Benilde St. Margaret's has made it.
Number 23,
Britain
Abby Sauer.
has made it pretty much a blowout, with Sauer recording her first goal of the game. She had 43 points during the regular season, 34 goals, 9 assists. So the top 3 for the Red Knights can put up points. And right now, not receiving much challenge on the defensive end. Number 11, Carlin Gordon, a senior attacker, getting onto the field for the Red Knights. 10-0 as we are in running time here. As Osborne taking the face-off. Well, Kelly Panic wins it. Bree Osborne. Kelly gives it to Rue as she's able to get the win, and now Rue's going to go on the attack. Rue has found the back of the net kind of pretty much with ease today as the referee does try to get out of the play. Rue collects, and a high, kind of like a piercing call or something, and it will be ball to the Red Knights. Rue, the stick did go high up on there towards the head. Minnesota State High School really worried about concussion, wanting to keep players safe. Panic darts through the midfield. Left-handed shot hits the crossbar. As now there's a foul and cross-check number on the Raiders. Here's Panic shot once again left. Gets Crawford out, and she just fires it just high. Here's a shot. Crawford with the save on the Red Knight shot. That's her 5th save of the game. Kelly Panic with it. Gives it to Allie Prowse. Prowse finds Sauer. 7:45 to play in this first half. Sauer attacking. She has 1 goal already on the game. Finds Prowse. Kelly Panic through the middle, takes a bump. And Panic's going to have a free run now at the goal to extend the Red Knights' lead. Panic about 12 yards outside. She shoots, and she scores. Red Knights now taking an 11-0 lead with Panic scoring
Number 19,
for the Red Knights. It's her 2nd goal of the game. She did hit the crossbar earlier, so it's the 7:08 mark. It's Kelly Panic for the Red Knights. 11-0 to score as Schmidt will come out of the game for the Red Knights, and they will place in her place. Kapolis will get ready to re-enter into the game. As the Red Knights pursue a face-off. And Cretin-Derham Hall as Liebel comes in to make the interception. Liebel into the offensive zone. Finds Alexa Tatterin. So Liebel not getting much action, decides to create something by getting up. Crawford coming out of her net there to deny the angle. Sauer looking to attack, and now she finds Allie Prouse. Prouse recovers. 6 minutes to play in this first half. Sophie Rue with it for the Red Knights as Megan Catapos comes into the game for Red Knights. Sophie Rue. Referee has called a check. And it will be Red Knight possession. It looks like as the Red Knights will have it just about 10 yards out. Here's a chance, a shot, deflected, saved by Crawford. Her 6th save of the game. As now here comes Cretin. Alayla plays it back to Crawford now. Crawford makes the pass, and now Cretin tries to break out, but the Red Knights' pressure is too much for them to handle. Panic comes up with it now. Wide open is a chance. Shot, score for the Red Knights. Eleni Fialo finding the back of the net. As the assist can go to...
Scoring for the Red Knights, number 9.
We see the replay here.
Fialo.
Give the assist to Panic. As the Red Knights find the back of the net at around the 4:47 mark.
Assisted by number 19, Kelly Panic.
As the Red Knights have extended their lead to 12-0. 4:19 to play. Ball deflected down, and big battle for it actually, as there's a slash, and it will be possession to Cretin-Derham Hall. Cretin now making a run. And there'll be a foul on Liebel here for a high stick, and so now Cretin has a chance to find themselves on the scoreboard. It's like Dowinski possibly. Here's the shot, and Cretin-Derham Hall is on the scoreboard. The shot, DeGuglio unable to save, so as on the restart, referee called the ball in,
Scoring for the
and
Raiders, number 19.
so number 19 scoring for us. Her name is not in the program, but Cretin-Derham Hall gained their first goal of the game. The score now 12-1.
Rosie Patera.
So Rosie Patera picking up the goal. She's listed as number 20 in the program, but wearing number 19 during the game. She's a junior forward. As there's a violation by the Red Knights, it will be possession to Cretin-Derham Hall. As Prouse, though, makes the interception. And now plays it out to Sophie Rue. Rue's got a seam, and she's going to have to take advantage. Abby Sauer now with it for the Red Knights. Plays it down low, and this is Rachel Lyons for Benilde St. Margaret's. Tadrin, Rue, Schmidt. Tadrin, down low to Fiala. Prouse, 1:43 to play. Red Knights up 12-1. Sauer now. Panic is not in the game for the Red Knights, as the Red Knights have looking to get some players that maybe don't get quite as many minutes in, get them some experience. Lions unable to play cleanly. Tanner will pursue. and pick it up, and now Tatterin makes a nice little deke move. Finds Prowse. Prowse. Now to Abby Sauer. Cretin doing a nice job containing the Red Knights now. Crawford playing with out of net a little. Now she comes back to reduce the angle. Lions, Tatterin. 48 seconds remaining in the half. Down low to Prowse. Cretin-Derham all doing a nice job now making the Red Knights work for the shot. Rue with a nice catch off the pass. Now finds Schmidt. Schmidt with a nice spin move. Now she plays it back to Prowse. Prowse with a move. She's got a chance to possibly score, and it's Crawford making the save on Prowse's shot. And it'll be Cretin ball on the reset. Here's Prowse as Crawford does a nice job reading it and then also preventing the rebound from going in. So despite giving up 12 goals, Crawford has made 7 saves. But at the end of the first half, Benilde St. Margaret's holds a dominating 12-1 lead, with Sophie Rue recording 4 goals and Kelly Panic with 2 goals and assists, and Allie Prowse with 3 goals. We'll be back for the second half. Welcome back to Benilde St. Margaret's for today's Minnesota State High School Girls Lacrosse Section 6 semifinal between the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights and Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders. Red Knights with a commanding 12-1 lead with an offensive onslaught in the first half. 25 minutes remaining, and we'll be running time as Panic wins the faceoff. Allie Prowse and Emily Schmidt battling for it, and it looks like Schmidt will pick it up for the Red Knights, and we have a downward slash. So we have Red Knight possession. Panic now going through the midfield. Now Schmidt with space. Schmidt spins, finds Panic. Panic collects, spins, fires. Now it's Abby Sauer. Sauer finds Panic. Panic scoring 2 goals and recording an assist. Sophie Rue with 4 goals. Allie Prowse with 3 goals for the Red Knights to lead their offense. And DeJulio making 2 saves. Here's Prowse. She attacks. Fires over her left shoulder. It goes wide. Kelly Panic in the area, and there will be Red Knight possession. Panic start taking the reset. Gives it to Allie Prowse. There's 2 hockey teammates connecting. Prowse with space behind the net. Now she makes a spin move. Looking to attack. Still has it. Gets back to her right. And she was slashed. Her contact was made. So Prowse is going to get pretty much a free run at the goal. A chance to add to her goal total. And Crawford making the save. So Crawford with her 8th save of the game. However, Abby Sauer comes out of it for the Red Knights. There's a downward slash, and the Red Knights regain possession. So, low shot by Prowse, and Crawford's able to get something on it. Sauer to Schmitz. Schmitz, another save by Crawford. As there's a trip or a shove, and it's going to be Red Knight ball. Sauer and Molnar colliding. Running time, so there's 22:25 remaining. Sauer gives it to Panic. Panic with a spin move. And Kelly draws a foul. So Panic's going to be about 10 yards out. A chance to add on to her goal total. Whistles in. Oh, and she dishes it off. It's deflected away, though. A nice play set up as Mostrom was wide open on the potential pass, and it's going to be Cretin-Derham ball. Possession on the reset as the Raiders look to attack. Played back to Crawford as she throws it, and it's a good catch by Johansson. And now she sprints into the midfield. Oh, she loses her footing. It's scooped up though by Whaley. Whaley, long pass. Here's a chance now possibly for the Raiders. Julio comes out of her net to reduce the angle. Molnar played in. There's a shot and a goal for the Raiders. Number 15, it looks like. A little hard to pick up the purple and gold as the Raiders get their second goal of the game.
Scoring for the Raiders, number 10.
Oh, correction, number 10. So it's number 10, Leah Lawler scoring for the Raiders at approximately 20:45-ish. So 10 goal deficit for the Raiders. Panic and Osborne facing off, and there's Schmitz with a nice catch off the face-off. 12-2 to score. Here's Rue. Speedy midfielder looking for a crease. She's got it. Shoots, scores. Sophie Rue. 5 goals on the night for her.
Scoring for the Red Knights, number 8, Sophie Rue.
So approximately 20:05. 40 seconds after the Raiders get a goal back, Sophie Rue was able to fire one past Crawford and give the Red Knights a 13-2 advantage now. Panic taking the face off. She'll be against Bree Osborne. Osborne is a freshman. And it's Kelly Panic picking up the win. She's dispossessed, but it's a foul. It's a foul on the Raiders. Shell is created pretty much around Panic, trying to contain her. She's able to break that as her passes goes wide. Johansson did a nice job containing this. There's going to be a foul on the Red Knights. Mostrom. As here's the reset. It's number 3, Key. Tries to, and she splits through pretty much half the entire Red Knights midfield in attack. And now Cretin is into the offensive zone. Her pass is deflected, but it's picked up by the Raiders. And now here's a potential chance. But the ball is knocked loose by Panic. It's a battle for the ball. And who will pick it up? It's Cretin-Derham Hall's Shalea Osborne. And there's a foul on the Red Knights. So number 11, Gazelle Rogers, or no, it's going to be number 7, Shalea Osborne's going to have a chance on goal. with 17:50. She comes in, a shot, and DeGiulio making the save. Her third of the game. But Cretin-Derham Hall does regain possession. Monica Whaley operating with the ball. It's loose, and we're going to have another foul. So it's going to be possession for the Raiders. 13-2 score. Chance for Cretin-Derham Hall to add on to their lead. Here's a shot and a goal for the Raiders. It's Whaley making it 13-3 and approximately the 17:06 mark.
Scoring for the Raiders, number 4, Monica Whaley.
Whaley off the restart is able to get a nice shot off, a nice little bounce shot that DeGiulio had a little chance on. Goal coming at 17:06 of the second half. Panic now, we'll back in the face-off area. As it goes backwards and is picked up by Osborne. Referee once again getting caught in the play. As Bree Osborne, a freshman, is able to go toe for toe with Kelly Panic. Whaley, or no, correction, Molnar. Here's number 11, Gazelle Rogers. She's been held scoreless today after being the leading scorer for the Raiders all season. Here's Bree Osborne. Osborne off a nice little spin move, stays in possession, and Panic knocks it free and taken down. As went down on the stick, and Panic got caught up in the stick, plays it up, and now Sydney Liebel will take it into the offensive end for the Red Knights. Liebel plays it to Rue. Now across to Ali Prouse. Prouse looking to attack, gets onto her left shoulder, and we'll play it out. Abby Sauer to Emily Schmitz. Schmitz to Mostrom. Back to Sauer behind the goal. Just under 15 minutes left in this game. Red Knights really been in control since the first whistle. Mostrom makes a nice move. Well, never loses possession. However, Mostrom's now free, and so you have a violation. And Mostrom's gonna have a free run at the goal now. It's a little bit of an angle, so Cretin has a chance to possibly recover, but the Red Knights could make a pass across. They do have a wide open player on the other side. Now Cretin adjusts to trying to take away that pass. Mostrom does the pass. Crawford out of her net to make the stop. She's calling for defense to go forward, and it's an almost for a pass as it goes out of bounds. Megan Karapotis will take possession on the restart. Karapotis finds Sydney Liebel. Liebel whiffs on it, but Evan regains possession. Overshoots Sauer. Can the Red Knights keep it in? No, they cannot. Goes out of play. It'll be Cretin or Raider possession as on the reset. Ball comes loose. Raiders regain possession. Here is Whaley. Whaley able to get by. Oh, there's contact. It's going to be a loose ball or a push with possession. So Raiders will get a chance to advance into the offensive zone. Tattern committing the foul there. Whaley, one of the 3 goal scorers for the Raiders tonight. So now here comes number 7, Osborne, but DeJulio making the save, her 4th of the game. Scrum for it, and it's going to be, as that was McCall Bromwellcamp. And Bromwellcamp's able to give Red Knights possession. Shot on DeJulio right into her net. Pretty easy save. Rue. There's a bump. It'll be Rue taking over the possession. 11:50 left in today's game. Looks like we're heading towards the Blake Benil boys final. Probably a girls final as well. Best rivalry in Minnesota High School lacrosse being renewed on both fronts on Tuesday, and it will be here at Benilde St. Margaret's. Cindy Liebel with it. Liebel, a basketball player for the Red Knights, as well as a lacrosse player. Heather Mostrom behind the net. Gives it off to, looks like Abby Sauer. Sauer behind the net, now drives to her right. Shot. Crawford with the save. We haven't, but Abby is fouled on the shot, so it will be a chance for her to get a run at the goalie. Here's Abby. Shot, scores for the Red Knights. Sauer with her 2nd goal of the game. At the 10:50 mark.
Abby Sauer.
Sauer's 2nd of the game, and the Red Knights take a 14-3 lead. Cretin-Derham all making some substitutions. As Panic and Rogers will once again go in the face-off circle. Panic's done fairly well in the face-off circle tonight. Ball is up. Foul on Panic. As Rogers will take over. Just under 10 minutes left in today's game. Catapodis pursuing Rogers now. Rogers with a little stop and go. She's got an angle on goal. Shoots, goes wide. It'll be Raider possession off on the restart. The goal, does a nice job coming on to reducing angles of players that coming at her, making the goal smaller. As the Raiders reset, it's number 2, Kelsey Robel. Mostrom coming off for the Red Knights in the midfield. Claire Torgensen coming into the game for the Red Knights. Here's a chance. Rogers getting a good look, and there's a foul. It looks like Cretin's going to have a chance to possibly get a free one on goal. DeJulio against Rogers now. Rogers looking to find the scoreboard for the first time today. There's a shot and a goal. Rogers didn't even bother taking a running start. She has let it fire and probably caught DeJulio off guard just a little. But she finds the back of the net, and it is 14-4 now.
Raiders, number 11, Giselle Rogers.
So Rogers getting her first goal of the game. She led the team in the regular season with 46 goals. Rogers and Panic back in the face-off circle. Goes high in the air. Both battle for it. It's Kelly Panic coming down with it. Panic to Rue. Rue finds Liebel. Liebel with a chance, a shot. Crawford with the save. Her 10th of the game. Now the Red Knights apply pressure. It finds its way to Crawford. Crawford with a long outlet pass, and it's successfully caught by Zielinski. McCall Brommelkamp with it, fires to Panic. Panic with 3 defenders around her finds Ellie Prouse. Prouse now looking to attack. She's got some space now. She's got a seam. It's taken away though from behind on a nice swipe. And now Panic though gets a deflection on it. Both players battle for it, and it's kept in by Rogers. Rogers and Brommelkamp battling for it. Now it's played to the middle, a nice catch there by Warble. Warble plays to Rogers. Rogers splits the triple team and finds the back of the net. So Rogers scores at around the 6:40 mark. Her second goal of the game, second in a row, and we are out of running time now. It's a 9-goal lead only. 14-5 the score. (14-5) the score. 6:36 remaining in today's game. Panic and Rogers once again going at it in the face-off circle. Ball is placed between them. Referee's been doing plenty of that today. Ball played up, and Sydney Liebel coming in and making a play. There's a foul on the Raiders, and it will result in a possession to the Red Knights, as it's a nice pass by Liebel to Alexa Tattern. Tattern stops and sends 2 Raiders past her. And now the Red Knights will take it out. Oh, it goes out of bounds. So it'll be Raider possession. On the restart, as it takes a deflection. Sophie Rube going after it. But now Raiders retake the ball. And what do we have here? Referees. Referees discussing what they will do here. Second time this game, they've had a little bit of a conference as the ball is played back. Official signals for the clock to be stopped. It wasn't stopped right away. 5:08 on the clock now. 15 seconds have run off so we have a face-off. Number 7 for the Red Knights, Lily Efforts, and number 11, Shayla Osborne. Rogers. And we have a foul on the Red Knights. As now Cretin-Derham is going to have another chance to get on the scoreboard. 4:15 remaining in today's game. Referee gives the signal. Shot takes a deflection, goes wide. So there will be a battle for it on the outside, regained by Cretin-Derham Hall. Here comes Whaley now, making a run towards the net. Whaley with a pass to Rogers. And Rogers finds the back of the net. 3 straight goals for Cretin's best player. As
Scoring for the Raiders, number 11, Giselle Rogers.
Cretin's cut the lead to 14-6. Here in this Section 6 semifinal. Panic and Rogers in the face-off circle. Face-off is won by Kelly Panic. Panic looking to create space, plays it back to Brommelkamp. Brommelkamp, nice pass to Catapotis. And the rest do a nice job alleviating the pressure from the Raiders. Sophie Rue now making a dashing run through the midfield. Rue, one of the 2 goal scorers for the Red Knights this half, along with Sauer. So not the scoring onslaught that they had in the first. Panic makes a nice move, deking in and out. Now it's a lob pass. Schmidt saved by Crawford. 11th save of the game for the freshman. Ball's fired through the midfield. Rogers picks it up, and now it's a long pass. And here come the Raiders. Potential chance to break. 2:36 to play. 14-6 Red Knights. As looks like this is Whaley. Whaley behind the net. Plays to Rogers. She's got 3 straight goals for the Raiders. Back behind the net. Looking for an angle to get her shot off. Now she attacks. Fires and just misses an over-the-shoulder shot. 2:08 remaining.
Timeout, Raiders.
Cretin-Derham Hall elects to call a timeout with 2:06 remaining. So just a little scoring summary. Benilde St. Margaret's got Rue scoring 4 times. Prouse with, Rue scoring 5. Prouse with 3. Panic with 2. Sauer with 2. Fiala with 1. Tadrin with 1 for Cretin-Derham Hall. As we actually have the bracket up for you, so as you can see, it looks like Benilde St. Margaret's will advance to the section final here at BSM at 5:45. The boys will be at 7:45 between Blake and the Red Knights. And based on seeding, you can assume that would be the Blake Bears in the girls game as well, which would set up a very thrilling day of lacrosse for both programs. If you would like to order a copy of today's game, the number is below, 952-924-2635. Games are also available for viewing, live streaming, and on demand. YouTube is also an option. We will be covering both of the section final games here at Benilde St. Margaret's, with the Red Knights playing in both. And yeah, so 2:06 to play. Restart behind the Red Knight goal. 14-6 Red Knights lead. There's a shot. Osborne goes wide. We got a foul. Oh, it's a foul on. It's like Osborne possibly for a hook with the elbow. Both teams kind of standing around as the referee stops time. Post rolls it to the official. And the official gives the ball to Emily Schmitz. And Schmitz will be the one restarting it. Schmitz rushes towards the sideline. Looking for someone to pass to, throws over a left shoulder. Rue left a little bit before the ball got there. And Rogers gets possession as, oh, there's contact. As Rogers and Rue collide. Probably the most contact we've seen all game. Rogers on the reset, looking to sprint through. Ball comes loose and is kicked now. It ricochets up, where McCall Bromelkamp comes up with it. Bromelkamp gives it to Catapodis. Oh no, that's Alexa Tattern. Tattern gives a little fake. Cretin pretty much now swarming the ball. It's played back to McCall Bromelkamp, and then can she get the switch? Yes, she does. To Sophie Rue. Rue fights through the contact. To draw the foul. Rue on the reset. Goalkeeper has come out. Rue doesn't take advantage. Rue and Lions there on the outside. Rue fouled once again. 49 seconds, the Red Knights are away from their second straight section final appearance. Crawford way out of net. Panic makes a move and scores. And that will give Panic her third goal of the game. So it's 39 seconds left. So 15-6, same score it was when the two teams met at Cretin-Derham Hall in each team's final regular season game. Probably the last face-off we'll see between these two, Rogers and Panic. And it's Panic coming out on top. Panic plays it wide. Rue attacking. Makes a move. And there is a foul. 26 seconds left. So Rue on the reset, shoots, scores. Sophie Rue, 6 goals on the game. This one coming with 23 seconds. 16-6, the score. Now as the clock enters running time, we'll maybe have one last face-off. But regarding, no matter what, the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights are advancing to the Section 6 championship game, where they will most likely face the Blake Bears or the Breck Mustangs, but it's probably going to be Blake. So Benilde St. Margaret's with a dominating 16-6 win, capping off a sweep for the Red Knights in the Lacrosse doubleheader. Rue recording 6 goals for Red Knights. Prouse and Panic also getting hat tricks. Sauer recording 2 goals. And the Julio making 4 saves for Cretin-Derham Hall. Crawford, despite giving up 16 goals, does make 11 saves. And Rogers records 3 consecutive goals to end her high school career. So Tuesday night will feature probably the best rivalry in high school lacrosse, as the Red Knights will face the Blake Bears in boys and girls lacrosse. Girls game at 5:45, boys game at 7:45. At Benilde St. Margaret's, though, despite being a section final, it is at Benilde St. Margaret's. So we thank you once again for ParkTV, and we look forward to you viewing our other programs. And until we see you again, thank you very much.